Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. The point at hand is that you open your leg and you gave your womb to a dusty in hopes that he will choose you, in hopes that he will pick you, in hopes that a baby will make the man start acting right. And when that didn't happen, no, you're going to label him as a deadbeat. That was the topic at hand. If this girl is a pick-me or not, that is besides the point.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you a single mom. Now you a single mom.
The single moms in this TikToker comment section were triggered because she told the truth. Y'all hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're rocking with the channel. Let us take a listen.
Women create single family households. There, I said it. Y'all do. Y'all make yourselves single moms and then y'all blame everybody else for it. Because at the end of the day, if it's your body, your choice, right? Most women don't believe in that concept unless it's a nigga she really ain't fucking with like that. Yeah, she'll get rid of the baby. You know, or if she really is fucking with the nigga real tough and she really believe by getting rid of the baby, you know, they might have a better chance of working out. She might do it. But 9 times out of 10, she looks at that baby as a form of setup. She getting welfare, she getting Section 8, she getting all this other stuff that she's gonna get from the benefits of the baby. And most of the time keeping a nigga around, which a lot of women don't want to admit, they didn't want to keep that nigga around. Then all of a sudden you keep the baby, then all of a sudden he a bum ass nigga and he this and the fifth, but he wasn't that when you was keeping the baby after he asked you not to. So you are a single mom by choice. 9 times out of 9, 10 times out of 10, you are a single mom by choice. Because if you didn't like that nigga, if you really wasn't fucking with him, that baby gonna be up there with grandma, grandpa, Aunt Jackie, Uncle Becky, whoever else, St. Jude, Jesus, whoever else is there to greet that motherfucker at the end of that surgery. Because you ain't gonna keep no baby you don't want. That's the end of it.
No, it's funny, but it's true because it's my body, my choice. But so many of y'all choose to be baby mamas. So many of y'all choose to be single moms for a deadbeat at that. But what it is, they were hoping that the pregnancy was going to make him want her. The pregnancy is going to make them be a little family. So she was hoping that she could pressure him and gaslight him into picking her. But if he didn't pick his other 4 baby mamas, why would he pick you?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And then let's just say it's not a man who is careless with a seed. Let's just say, because we know these situations happen when these women will try to trap a man with a baby. We know these happen. A good man, a man of value with a baby. And he's like, okay, I'm going to step up to the plate and take care of my responsibility, but I'm still not going to be with you. And they get so pissed off. They get so bitter at how much love he can have for the child and none for the mom. They title him as deadbeat. They title him as dusty. We see this so often. We see this time and time again. And this lady was speaking facts. I mean, if you can watch this video and it doesn't apply to you, keep it moving. It applies to someone and it applies to a lot of women. And the simple fact that we can sit here and have conversations after conversations after conversations about the deadbeat dads, deadbeat dusty baby daddies who's not taking care of their children, but we can't have conversation about the deadbeat moms who intentionally reproduce for a man in hopes that he will pick her. But that's the kicker, because they'll call a woman like this a pick me. But they are the ones who are actually pick me because they were hoping to use the baby to get picked. They were hoping to use the baby to get a committed relationship out of this man. And when it didn't work, when the man was like, no, then he's titled as a deadbeat. We see this way too often, y'all. We see this way too often to not talk about it. And they get upset when women like ourselves, like me, the TikToker and myself, talk about it. No, we're pick me. No, we're bitter pick me who seeking male validation.
Stop it. Get some help.
Y'all, let's take a look at the comment section. Of course, someone said, someone please pick this one. Choose her. Calling her a pick me. Another comment said, I'm begging someone to pick her. They cannot address the point at hand. They have to come with their shaming tactics. Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. The point at hand is that you open your leg and you gave your womb to a dusty in hopes that he will choose you, in hopes that he will pick you, in hopes that a baby will make the man start acting right. And when that didn't happen, no, you're going to label him as a deadbeat. That was the topic at hand. If this girl is a pick-me or not, that is besides the point. If she's saying what she's saying to get male attention, to get male validation, it is besides the point. You still did what you did, so let's have that conversation. And here is why I push so hard on this topic when it talks about single moms and them being the least desirable and them being basically at the bottom of the barrel, especially the entitled, bitter single moms. Here's why I push so hard. Because by avoiding the topic at hand. By avoiding the truth, we are not helping young girls to make better decisions. Women in the comment section who's calling her pick me, their daughters are watching your life choices and they're seeing that you pick up a dusty man, you pick up a deadbeat, and a woman who's going to say, hey, let's protect your womb. Hey, marry before you carry. Hey, don't try to weaponize your womb. Don't try to use a child to trap the man. They look at their own mom calling these women pick me. So what do you think these young girls are going to interpret it as? They don't want to get bullied by their mom. They don't want to be called a pick me by their mom. And if their mom title women who have common sense as pick me's, they're just going to go out and reproduce it. Yeah, get where I'm going with that. So I go hard on this topic, not to shame these bitter baby mama, because at the end of the day, the bitter, they don't change the price of rice in my life. But we have these conversations so their daughters can see better, can have an alternative perspective at life. You do not have to be a baby. It's not a flex to be a baby mama. And I can guarantee you, a lot of these women, their pride and their ego are preventing them from telling their children the truth, from telling their daughters the truth. But y'all, let's go on to our next comment. Somebody said, she's so blackmail centered. This was me 2 years ago talking about baby mama culture. I love her type because the universe has a special way of humbling us in time. Nothing that this lady said would make her be blackmail centered. First of all, I don't even know what that means. She spoke the truth. She said, hey, a lot of y'all are single mom by choice because you know that man did not want to from the beginning. You know that man was not going to take care of the kid from the beginning. You claim my body, my choice, and you choose being a single mom. Why we can't have that conversation without being labeled blackmail centered? That is the point I want to talk about. Somebody commented saying, girl, please, you're speaking from experience, question mark. A guy commented and said, this woman is accountable and honest. Again, somebody else said, please pick her, and on and on and on. You'll see men in the comment section saying they don't want to hear that the content creator is accountable. And then you have women in the comment section saying, oh, you're a pick me. This person says some women are single moms because they left abusive situation. Okay, all of a sudden after you get pregnant, then he became abusive. And it pisses me off. This whole thing pisses me off because they refuse to take accountability. Even when you're speaking truth, they make their emotions and their feelings interfere with the truth at hand without realizing you're doing more harm than good to your own daughters by saying, ladies, protect your womb, marry before you carry. Being a single mom is not something you should do. Your body, your choice. Do not choose to be a single mom. That is to help their daughters. That is to help the children so they don't make these decisions. If we're complaining about the cycle, we're complaining about the black communities at the bottom, and these group of women can't even listen to another perspective on how to prevent us from being at the bottom. To prevent us from being at the bottom, stop becoming single moms. Simple. But yeah, here's another one of her video. It's the ugly girls 3s and 4s create feminist movement. Let's listen.
Ugly girls and hoes created the feminism movement. I'm not gonna lie. So realistically, if you think about it, every time you are out and you see a pretty girl and she has an ugly friend with her, what does that ugly friend do? She instantly jumps into lesbian defense mode because she is an ugly Betty. The bitch is jealous. So when you try to talk to the cute girl, the ugly friend usually is like, leave her alone. She hates men. It's like, nah, bitch, you hate men. Back the fuck up. You know what I mean? And she will keep going. And you've seen videos where the cute friend will even tell the ugly friend, like, no, it's cool. And she still will be like, absolutely the fuck not, because she's not getting that same attention. So in the ugly girl's mind, men are evil, men are aggressive, men are everything bad because she can't fucking get the one she wants. You know what I mean? And so she deflects that onto her cute friend. And so then you also have another subcategory. So you have ugly girls, you have hoes. Hoes build a reputation for themselves. They're sleeping around, they're collecting babies, they're collecting bodies. The bitches just don't stop. And so after they're done living their whole life, now they're coming and looking for a man to save them, and no man is willing to save them. So again, they create the same agenda. Men are evil, men are monsters, men are selfish. No, you bitches are just two unlikable categories, and you bitches are going to attract what you put out, which is bullshit 24 fucking 7. So And that, with that being that, it just grew so big with them just constantly projecting that message over and over and over, because hoes can be pretty. So you have girls that are pretty, but they're hoes. And so you see them being pretty and hating men, and then another girl jumps on because she's pretty and she hates men. Then you see an ugly girl, she's ugly and she hates men. Then another ugly girl jumps on and she's ugly and she hates men. And it just keeps fucking going. And it doesn't fucking make sense, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to compete with men until it's actually time to fucking come down and compete. They don't want to pay their own fucking bills. They don't want to change those fucking tires. That's the thing. Women feel like there is a competition where men don't see us as competition. They don't give a fuck. Like, you can't compete with something where you don't fucking compare. Women realistically don't do shit. Like, we cook, we clean, but men can also do that. A man, if he really needed to, he could cook a fucking meal. He could clean a fucking house. A woman, no matter how, I mean, she would have to put some real logic together to fucking change a tire. Like, that's gonna take some fucking work. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's women that can do it, but I for sure am not one. If you take 10 men, they could cook and clean a house. If you take 10 women to change oil or to change a fucking tire, or even to even help you out in the fucking rain, them bitches ain't prepared with an umbrella, a chair, nothing. We just be like little bobbleheads walking around.
Listen, I'm one of them. Don't ask me for change no tire. Listen, AAA, roadside assistant. I have been taught how to change a tire so many times. Ask me how to change a tire. I know you have to take out the thing. I know you have to pump the car up and do that thing, like the thing with the round thing that's on the tire. I know you have to pump the car up first before you take that thing off. But she's speaking facts. Let her continue.
It just, I mean, that's where I think it came from. When I really sit back and think of it, ugly women and hoes created the feminist movement.
Dang, I can see why they're triggered by her content. But no, like, I feel like a lot of women lack the maturity to have these honest conversations. It takes maturity to put your emotions to the side when you're having these honest conversations, because these conversations hurt. Especially when you're talking about the single moms, these conversations hurt. I remember one time somebody had said, oh, Chantel don't like single moms. And I'm like, there's nothing there to dislike. Like, I do not care that much, right? It does not change the price of rice. I do not care. The issue is young girls repeating the pattern because we're refusing to acknowledge what is wrong in the community. If we're refusing to acknowledge and we're refusing to have the honest conversation, then children will repeat certain patterns. And we see this time and time again. There's no reason why your great granny should be a single mom, your granny a single mom, your mama a single mom, and then you become a single mom. Like, at what point are we going to stop this pattern? Like, come on. All right, here's another one of her videos. She's low-key funny. I'm not even going to lie. Here's another one of her videos.
It has become more evident now than ever that women leave their marriages simply because they claim they are not happy. And a man will stay in a marriage even though he's not happy. He still sees his family as his responsibility, and he will stick around, and he will still love that woman. You know what I mean? He might cheat on her every now and then, but for the most part, he will still love that woman, and he won't think that he can go out and do better for the most part, even if the girl looks a hot fucking mess, right? Women, on the other hand, you hear it all the time. Oh, I didn't feel appreciated. Oh, it just wasn't a good fit because I like to have a good time, and he's so serious. Or my fan favorite, he cheated on me. You know what I mean? So it's like, you ask those same women though, well, what were you doing wrong in the relationship? They're going to instantly get upset. They're going to instantly feel like you're attacking them, because women don't like to take accountability or responsibility. So if you ask a woman, what did you do wrong in your marriage? Nothing. I did nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. I should have left sooner. That's probably the only thing I did wrong. But if you think about it, that man is working 12 to 16 hours a day, and he's coming home to a box meal and a woman with a bad fucking attitude, and he'll put up with it. A man will continue to, he might say something here and there, but a man will continue to put up with it because he's just like, whatever, this is my wife, these are my kids, right? A man will sit up here and say, okay, babe, yeah, we can take that trip in a couple of months. Let's save up and let's, we got goals, we got life insurance policies, we got the kids, we got stuff to figure out. But the wife isn't happy because she see Quisha on the boat shaking ass. So she's like, well, I want to go on the boat tomorrow like Keisha. Or Quisha, whatever the hell. And she don't know Quisha didn't fuck 4 people to come on the boat. You know what I mean? So it's like women and men, the way that they are logical is completely different. Women are very illogical. Like, they're just illogical as fuck. Like,
and this is why I would encourage men to stay away from women who spend so much time on social media. who spend so much time, especially on TikTok, because they're constantly scrolling on social media, comparing their lives to other, and women who watch too much reality TV shows, because you're there constantly comparing your life to other people that is not real, it's not reality. And they're like, oh well, her man taking her here, they're doing the, you know, when they do the rose petal in the room, the hotel room with the balloon and all, and then taking the pictures in the bathtub and all, and like, oh, I want to do that too. And then they look at their man who's been working 16 hours a day to make sure, as she mentioned, life insurance is more important than taking a trip, to make sure y'all have adequate life insurance. She'll look at her husband who working so hard and talk, oh well, you don't do this for me. I will share this story. So many times I've shared this story. I have a friend who he put up his girl, right? Put up his girl in his house, he paying the bill. You know, she have to help out with little things, but taking care of her, putting her up, whatever. They ended up breaking up. She got on her social media talking about, oh yes, I dated this guy for 2 years and not once did he buy me flowers. Not once did he this, not once did he. And I'm like, me on the outside who know that he put you up for that 2 years. You did not have to pay any bills, any significant bills for 2 years, but you really come into your social media to complain about the fact that he didn't buy you flowers? Are you serious right now?
Come on, man. You don't know better than that as a cool person. Come on, man.
Are we serious right now? And this is what I say, because she's looking at social media, she's looking at other people getting flowers, but she don't know what those women have going on in their personal life. Their man probably not even putting them up. Their man probably have heard they're paying 100% of the bills, but he's buying her flowers. It's like, this is why I would say stay away from women who have an addiction to social media, because they're there to compare their lives to other people and then look at you now and say, oh well, why aren't you doing this? Why? Disregarding everything else that you're doing, disregarding that you're doing the important things like buying life insurance and paying the bills, but because you're not flying her out and buying her flowers, she gonna complain. You see, this is the BS that men have to deal with. But when we can acknowledge that and call it out, we are pick-me's, we are male identified, we are black male centered, whatever the hell. I would rather be black male centered than female centered, because y'all don't have no common sense at all.
I said what I said.
At all. And as she said, we can't change car tires. I would rather be male centered, so when I have a car tire to change, I do not have to worry about
They
it.
want so many things, but don't want to actually give that same energy in return. They want a man that spends money on them, but they don't want to do anything or put themselves in a situation to make that man feel appreciated for spending the money. They feel like just because I'm cute, you should spend money, or just because I'm having sex with you, you should spend money. And again, you have the same man paying 75 to 100% of the bills and coming home to a woman who's been in everybody's DMs all day because she feels like her husband don't pay attention to her. You know, so it's just a little bit of what I've been observing online. It's like women, like, you know what I mean, like it's nothing out here in these streets. It is okay to go to couples therapy. It is okay to initiate date night and try to make your relationship work. Making your family work will always be celebrated. You know what I mean? Like, running in the streets get old, and baby, you're gonna get old too.
Yeah, facts, not facts. And it's something that I have been observing too. But what I've also observed is that we're not allowed to talk about it. It's the truth, and we all can see that it's the truth, and we can acknowledge it is the truth, but do not talk about it, because black women want all of the praise and none of the criticism. We should only talk about black men. We should only criticize black men. We should only talk about the dusties that they're not taking care of their kids, but we should never talk about the dusty woman who go reproduce for a dusty. If trash is trashing and you pick up trash and trash continue to trashing, who is at fault here? You knew trash was trashing before trash was trashing. like, excuse me, you knew trash was trash and you go pick up trash. But it's never talk about it. We can see, we can acknowledge it with our eyes, we can see what's going on, but never talk about it. This is why they hated Kevin Samuels so much, and this is why I would always say, hey, men, because this is the ghetto out here. It is absolute ghetto. Y'all go watch the next video that pop up on the screen. Just another group of women who pick up trash when trash was trashing, and then gonna be acting surprised that trash is trashing when trash trash.
The ghetto.
I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.